Coming up on The Point, the West Point community hits the ski slopes.
And the senior class counts down the days till graduation. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the United States Military Academy at West Point, New York, home to 4,400 cadets. The oldest continuously occupied military post in the country, West Point sits on over 16,000 acres and is one of the largest school campuses in the world. Here, the leaders of tomorrow are trained. With over 40 majors to choose from, the Academy is one of the most highly regarded schools in the nation. The Academy offers 25 Division I sports, and several of its athletes have participated in the Winter and Summer Olympic Games. But the Academy prepares a cadet for far more than just educational feats. It prepares them for joining the ranks of the finest army in the world. The Long Gray Line has produced many great leaders, and here we will take an inside look into their world. We're your hosts, Sergeant Alexandria Cornero.
And I'm Staff Sergeant Matt Leary, and this is The Point.
As graduation approaches, it's only natural that the firsties will begin counting down for the day they have worked so long and hard for. The seniors kicked off the countdown of 100 days till graduation, and following tradition, a play was performed called The 100th Night Show.
And in other news, the West Point community headed out to West Point ski slopes to enjoy Polar Fest. Morale, Welfare, and Recreation, or MWR coordinator Courtney Chidgey, fills us in on Polar Fest.
Let's check it out.
Polar Fest is, I would say, our biggest event. It's an event we do at the ski slope. I would say Polar Fest is the most across-the-board MWR coordinated event. We have the bowling center doing all the food. We have YS out here doing all the youth events. We have crafts doing crafts in the lodge. So it's an all MWR event, even though it's just here. So we all have to coordinate together. It's always in February, and it's a big family barbecue. We do children's events like no tubing races. We have 2 runs. They go down, they race each other. Then we have s'mores, just started last year, and it's a huge hit. They love that. We have a live band. So we decided to do a lumberjack eating contest, and they get a stack of 10 pancakes that they have to eat, and whoever finishes the best gets a snowboard deck. So it's pretty cool. This is one of my favorite days of the year. You know, I mean, there is a lot of work put into it, but when you see it all pan out and it's an amazing event, you know, it just makes it all worthwhile. So we're actually about 740 right now with how many people are out here. So, and that's just through Polar Passes. So there are a lot of people that just come out here and ski and snowboard during the day. So we just hope they have a great day out here on the snow. Of course, it's beautiful today, which is always amazing. We always have wonderful weather for Polar Fest. And we have a lot of family bonding. You know, the parents can come out with their kids and ski and snowboard, then they also can play in the snow. So we just want everybody to have an enjoyable day.
The annual 100th Night Show took place at Eisenhower Hall Theater, marking the class of 2011's 100 Days Till Graduation. The tradition, which started in 1860, began prior to President Abraham Lincoln's election. Due to the growing tensions between Northern and Southern cadets during those days, the Dialectic Society of West Point, a debate group, decided not to hold a debate that year, but instead presented a play entitled Toodles in an effort to ease the tension between both groups. This play was the first play ever performed by the Society. In 1871, annual performances by the senior or firstie class, as they are called at the Academy, were developed, marking their 100 days till graduation. The shows were also performed by the Dialectic Society. They officially became known as the 100th Night Show in 1896. During the show's earlier years, the performances contained poetry readings and short plays. Later on, a full-length show was established, and over time they developed a comedic tone, following the class of 1902's performance, Caprices of Cupid. Today, the 100th Night Show consists of musical skits that span over the experiences the class has had during their 4 years at the Academy. This year's performance, the West Point Story, was a play within a play and contained musical numbers from Chicago and Annie, and was a bittersweet moment as the class looked back on their years at West Point and on to their life as commissioned officers upon graduation.
There's a lot of favors I'm willing to do. You do one for her locker, he'll do one for you.
Every year, the Academy holds a dinner to remember Lieutenant Henry O. Flipper. Lieutenant Flipper paved the road for so many behind him as the first African American to attend the Academy. Staff Sergeant Matt Leary takes us to the annual Henry O. Flipper dinner.
Established in 1977, the Flipper Dinner is held in honor of the Academy's first African-American graduate, Lieutenant Henry O. Flipper, commissioned on June 14, 1877. This year, Lieutenant General Thomas Bostick, a class of 1978 graduate, addressed the Corps during the annual dinner held in Lieutenant Flipper's honor. General Bostick referred to diversity as not being about what makes us different, but instead about how we can each make a difference. Calling Lieutenant Flipper a trailblazer, Lieutenant General David Huntoon, West Point Superintendent, stated that he paved the way for other minorities through his personal courage and devotion to honor and integrity. Lieutenant Henry O. Flipper passed away in 1940, but his legacy will live on for years to come.
Hi, my name is Tom Wakowski, and to answer your question, I think graduates could help us out in various activities throughout our daily lives at the Academy. Specifically, our professional military and ethics classes that are conducted almost at a bi-weekly basis. Having graduate support there would be truly beneficial. I know most cadets would love to hear about stories in the big Army from graduates that happen downrange or also in garrison environments. Additionally, every day, companies are conducting various activities. They include company athletics, as well as various functions that the companies will put on. Having graduate support and attendance at these various functions would be truly beneficial. Finally, every day, cadets are using social networking websites to include Facebook and Twitter. Having graduates get on those websites and develop certain dialogue with cadets would also be extremely beneficial to our development and eventual networking once we leave the Academy. I hope this answers your question. Thank you for asking it.
Remember, if you have a question for a cadet, email us at askacadet@gmail.com.
Please include your name, location, and question. Well, that's it for this week's edition. I'm Staff Sergeant Matt Leary.
And I'm Sergeant Alexandria Cornero, and this is The Point.
This thing's like all weird. Because they moved the button.
Yes, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Quiet on the set.
Oi.
Is that really loud?
Oh.
Yeah.
In 5, 4, 3.
I don't want to say any of that or that. I'm not too keen on that.
Okay,
part
I'm going to
either.
say, yeah, it is.
I have trouble smiling.
You can see the lines better than I can.
Yeah,
Nice tie. And this is The Point.
it is the point.
No, that's your line.
Okay.
That's your line.
Where am I going?
Sergeant Alexandria Cornero.
And Staff Sergeant Matt Leary, and this is the point.
Sorry.
I know. That's on me.
Again.
Week's edition. I'm your host, Staff Sergeant Matt Leary. Nope.
Sorry, hold on. Having a moment.
Can't work like this. I cannot.
In your class's countdown.
Days till graduation. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Cut.
Did you hear that one?
Same for mine. Anything wrong there? Close enough?
This is perfect.
Oh!
That's how I dance too. It's elevator, awkward elevator
Everyone's
dance.
turning on me in this room.